my name is Michael, and I have the best job in the world. I'm an assistant to the stars of Hollywood. People always ask me, what does an assistant do? So I started this podcast to show everyone. Honestly, there's only one rule for being an assistant. When given a task, get it done no matter what. Today's task? My boss, Jack Forrester, who you probably know from his days acting in Western cult classics like 1962's The Great Depot Robbery, would like to read an 8th Harry Potter book. Mr. Forrester started reading Harry Potter with his grandson and immediately became entranced by the series, so he broke off and speed read all 7 books by himself. Hungry for more, Mr. Forrester asked me to go buy him an 8th book. Now, there are only 7 Harry Potter books in the original series, but assistants don't make excuses, they execute. So I called up our local Barnes & Noble to see if there was a secret 8th book only available to the Hollywood stars. It was a long shot, but I had to try.
Barnes & Noble Americana, how may I help you?
Hi, my name is Michael and I work for Jack Forrester.
Okay.
The actor, he was the shopkeep in Steven Spielberg's Warhorse.
Okay. How can I help you today?
Yeah, so Mr. Forrester is a huge Harry Potter fan, and I'm aware that there are only currently 7 books, Harry Potter books, out on the market. Is that correct?
Correct. Just like as a original 7, like the original novels, it's the 7 books.
I was wondering if there is an 8th book that's available maybe to Hollywood VIPs only.
No, there's not.
Got it. So there's no books hidden away, and again, I am asking for Mr. Forrester, not for myself.
No, there's no like secret book or anything.
Okay, and I would be willing to pay whatever, obviously, for Mr. Forrester, prices of no.
Yeah. Again, there's no other book. It's just the 7 books, The Cursed Child, and then the 2 screenplays from the Fantastic Beasts movies. And that's it.
There clearly wasn't a secret A-listers only 8th Harry Potter book. But I couldn't just go back to Mr. Forrester empty-handed, so I called up Scholastic Books, the publisher of the Harry Potter series, to see if there were any plans for another book. And why wouldn't there be? After all, the series made them, and J.K. Rowling, well over $1 million.
Hello, this is Judy. How can I help you?
Hello. I am Jack Forrester's assistant.
Okay.
The actor from the westerns such as 6 Ticks Till Midnight and Good Thing Come to Those Who Duel.
Okay.
Well, Jack absolutely loves Harry Potter, as I'm sure you'll be expecting and thrilled to know. But he started reading the books to one of his grandsons, and he actually stopped reading because his grandson couldn't keep up with him, and he just flew past him. Anyways, he finished the 7 books, and he's wondering if there's like an 8th book in store in the future.
Oh, we haven't heard anything about any upcoming new books.
Got it.
I'm not. Yeah, as far as I know, there's no plans. But other than that, I really don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Got it. Great. And
the only other books I know. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Please.
No, it was those other books that kind of were aside ones about like the magical beasts and where to find them.
Yeah, Mr. Forrester doesn't really enjoy those books as much, but he would be willing to pay handsomely for an 8th Harry Potter book.
No, I truly do apologize. There's just nothing we can do about that. You would probably have to contact the author.
Got it. And do you have J.K. Rowling's information at all for myself or Mr. Forrester to do that? I imagine she might be a fan of Mr. Forrester, so maybe that would help.
It might.
Despite my attempts to bribe her with Jack Forrester memorabilia, the kind woman on the phone wouldn't tell me J.K. Rowling's cell or home phone number. So just like that, I was at yet another impasse. It appeared as though, this time, I wouldn't be able to come through. But then I realized something. If prima donna J.K. Rowling wouldn't write an 8th Harry Potter book, I could just pay a ghostwriter to write one, then put her name on the cover. Mr. Forrester, who's slightly senile, would never know the difference. Armed with my new foolproof plan, I called up a ghostwriting company to get the process started.
Thank you for calling Paramount Ghostwriters.
Hello, I'm Jack Forrester's assistant, the legendary Western actor.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Western actor?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Broke up there. I'm Jack Forrester's assistant, the legendary Western actor. He also played the dad in Jaws 3.
Okay, can you spell the name again?
Forrester, Forrester. Anyways, Jack is a huge Harry Potter fan. Sorry, Mr. Forrester is a huge Harry Potter fan, and he was looking for an 8th book, but it doesn't seem like J.K. Rowling is going to write an 8th book. So I was wondering if I could hire someone to write an 8th Harry Potter book.
Eighth Harry Potter book. But Harry Potter is copyrighted, It belongs to someone else. Why would we ghostwrite Harry Potter for Mr. Forrester?
Will he be willing to pay handsomely?
No. It's not about the money, sir. It's about the content. It's not. It does not belong to Mr. Forrester. Mr. Forrester cannot write a Harry Potter book, can he?
But could we pay you to write it for us?
Of course we will. No. We will not write the book for you guys. Hire some other company or ask some other company, but we're not gonna write Harry Potter because it's already someone else's content, someone else's title. They can sue us.
I understand what you're saying, but I know if you guys would agree to write the book, that Mr. Forrester would see it as a huge favor to him. And when people are kind to Mr. Forrester, he's liable to be pretty kind back.
Okay.
Mr. Forrester never forgets a friend, but he also never forgets an enemy. Unfortunately for the gentleman on the phone, he just became the latter. Still, an 8th Harry Potter book needed to be written, and with the ghostwriting companies too cowardly and weak and scared to write it, I had no choice but to take on the challenge myself. I originally moved to Hollywood to be an actor, but along the way I've written a few screenplays, so writing a Harry Potter book was well within my wheelhouse. I set to work right away on what I ended up calling Harry Potter and the Ghoul's Temptress. By only sleeping sporadically, limiting my number 1 to once per day, and holding my number 2 entirely, I was able to finish the 312-page manuscript in 96 short hours. With the manuscript in hand, the final step was calling a self-publishing company and arranging for them to print a single copy for Mr. Forrester to enjoy.
Thank you for calling Book Baby. This is Damon. How can I help you?
Hi. I wrote an 8th Harry Potter book, and I'd like to publish it or print or just actually print one copy of it under the author name J.K. Rowling.
I know once our production team gets their hands on that and they see this, they're going to put it on hold. We've had issues with very similar things before where copyright infringement comes into play, and Book Baby's trying not to get involved in that, really.
Totally understand that, and that's why I made some key changes to the Harry Potter book itself. For instance, I changed the name of Harry Potter to Harry Potter, but with an I instead of a Y. And also I changed the name of Dumbledore to Dumbledore, but with 2 M's instead of 1 M. And also I changed the name of Hagrid to Hagrid, but with an E instead of an I at the end. So I think that should be enough, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not up to me. I mean, I'm always fine, seeing where this goes. We can, hmm?
No, sorry. And I should mention that the book is not actually for me. I wrote it, but it's actually for my boss, Jack Forrester, the legendary Western actor. So if that changes anything.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times I can help you get it through. We can build a project. You could upload your files. That's no problem, and we could even get it in print. But sometimes the production team, they get their hands on it, they look it over, and they may be the ones to get back to you and tell you if it's not qualified for print. But I can at least get you to that point if you'd like. But yeah.
And of course, would it help if maybe Mr. Forrester, I'm sure there's some fans over at your office, if you stopped by and took some photos, shook some hands, took some selfies, would that kind of push things towards having the book published?
Well, as far as the legal team is concerned, I hate to say it, but probably not. If they say it's too risky to print, then that's really legally all there is to it. But I mean, we can always just see where it goes and just build a project. You can upload your files to it, and we can just take it from there.
Take it from there, we did. The legal team agreed to print the book after I made a few more content changes. I wasn't exactly thrilled to change the name of Hogwarts to Hogwarts with a Z, and change the name of Voldemort to Preston. But in art, like in life, compromises have to be made in the name of not being sued by Scholastic, who now had all my contact information. When I presented Harry Potter and the Ghoul's Temptress to Mr. Forrester, he was hugely appreciative, which gave me an enduring pride I carried with me even after he reported back that he thought the Ghoul's Temptress was easily the worst of the series. He said it was utter shit. But writing a classic young adult novel wasn't my task. My task was to deliver him the 8th Harry Potter book. And to that end, I can say, mission accomplished.